Hey guys, so first things first, I want to kind of apologize for not really being on here. I have a weird relationship when it comes to YouTube. I've been pulled to make videos on YouTube for gotta be going on 10 years now, but it's really out of my comfort zone. I'm not gonna lie. I even have a video that I made, a full half an hour video that's just been done that I just haven't even uploaded. Now it almost seems pointless to upload it. I don't know. I still might, but I don't know. Might put in the description that this is the video that was filmed in like November. But I'm gonna kind of go over the backstory, I guess. I'm gonna consider this video kind of an introduction to my channel in a weird way, since I did not introduce it properly. So, when I was a child, I was very different. Like the outcast, the one that nobody spoke to. I was not awakened as a child. I was not a spiritual person as a child at all. My third eye was definitely closed. That didn't open until I was 20. But basically, if I go to try to explain this, I always had things like I just felt, I don't want to say like too good or better than other people, but I kept to myself because when I did speak, people didn't like what I had to say. They're like, oh, you can't say that, or don't say that, or I got the looks of everyone in the room. Like, because did she say that? Like, I was told many, many times that I should stop talking and quiet, like, don't talk about that subject or whatever, or basically wherever I went, people kind of would put that like metaphorical muzzle on me, if that made sense. And I was just kind of an angry emo child. I did not understand at that point that I was an alien and that I did not, my origin was not Earth. I didn't know that at that time. I was just a very angry child. So I'd put in headphones and I'd listen to a bunch of rock and rap music and listen to Eminem talk about all sorts of inappropriate things, and I channeled my pain through listening to music and drawing. I have always been an artist, even though I've kind of recently been very much stepping away from doing art. I'm kind of getting back into that. I haven't really touched a pencil in quite a few years now. Yesterday was the first time that I was doing drawing in, yeah, like several years. I've very much been stepping into my spirituality, my life purpose, even if it's a little wobbly, not as consistent as I'm trying to be. I definitely strive for that consistency. I am unmedicated on ADHD. I was on meds elementary through 18, and then I stopped taking them. So I have unmedicated ADHD, and I'm not very great with staying on tasks. I will forget shit and just completely drop it. I'll come back months later. My stuff's kind of, I just made a morning schedule so I can make sure I get every single thing done every day that I want to get done. So I'm not dropping things, forgetting about things, totally abandoning things. When I try to start something, it's my goal to finish it. Sometimes plans change, and I just kind of set something aside for now, like my clothing brand that got hit with a bunch of fees that I was not expecting. So that is just on hold. That stuff is not currently for sale, but that doesn't mean that I'm dropping it all and that that was the 2-month phase where you could buy products, from Chloe. Like that's not, it's coming back. It's just a temporary little hiccup. I wasn't really prepared for the whole ordeal. I wasn't told enough about all of the parts ahead of time. So I definitely just kind of hurry up and launched it. Now I'm realizing, okay, now it's kind of just got to sit there for a minute and I'll come back to it. But basically, I don't want to get off track here, though I do a lot. Okay, yeah, I was always drawn to YouTube. Like, something with my voice. I've always been told your voice holds weight. What you say holds a lot of weight. Like, when you speak, people listen. And that's always been true. When I speak, people listen. Not everybody likes what I have to say. I get a lot of evil eye to the point where Spirit was guiding me to get one of these for months. And I'm so glad I finally did, because I get so much hate sent my way. It's not even, I mean, I find it funny, but it's not funny considering the low vibration that all these people are at. But I was kind of shamed into not speaking. My throat chakra closed, and it was closed for years, to the point where I started lashing out, to the point where when it started opening, people thought I was like a giant bitch or something because I had kept so much hidden, just locked down, and I just did not speak my truth. That when I spoke my truth, it came out like swords at people. People were not expecting that. And to this day, there could be people that have known me for a while, and I just never really spoke up about certain things, about how I felt about things, or where I could just say something and people could just, their entire version that they had of me in their head is just shattered, because you're telling me she really is some extraterrestrial that was born as a human and has just been silently observing us, not speaking her thoughts in most moments, most situations, because, well, to be honest, it's because I wasn't trying to just shove my beliefs down other people's throat when it comes to engaging with other humans. It's very, I don't want to say being polite, because I'm not a rude person, but I don't believe any of that human shit. I don't want to partake in it. I don't want to be included. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to any of it, because I don't agree with a lot of it. I don't. That's all human programming and all sorts of lies that, of course, once you're spiritual, you start to awaken to these truths, and you're like, stuff is just not adding up. Like, and then to that point, I look like I'm bored. Like, there's a bunch of humans talking about human stuff, and the weather and what are you gonna do this weekend and all this, and I'm the alien that's just bored in the room like humans. Like, but legit, this opening up for me has been more of a new thing. I have kept everything just down. I've just stayed the quiet one that smiles and is just polite, and they say it's the shy ones you gotta worry about. I wouldn't have been quiet for so long if there wasn't some shit I had to say, but I knew, don't say that. Not right now. Like, keep that one for later. Like, just don't. Time and place, Okay, so I was drawn to YouTube before I even had any idea what spirituality is. Like, I didn't know what that meant. I immediately started associating that with God and church, and spirituality has nothing to do with religion at all. But I really did not know as a child. I was born and raised Lutheran. I do still very much believe in God. Like spiritual people, we understand the essence of a higher power. We do not go with all the stuff that is wrapped into the church box. That's very limited thinking. I understand the meaning behind it, but like, most churches are not up to par in my mind. I will worship God all day, but I do not want to worship him in your way. Like, I'm not cool with that. Maybe I'd have to lead a church to start showing people the real way to worship God. I don't know, but I can't start telling people how they should be believing versus how they shouldn't be. I don't do the whole box. That is the way religion approaches God. But I suppose that is why different religions are different religions, and spirituality is spirituality. I am a spiritual person, and I will never claim to be religious, and I respect everybody that is religious. And we all have every single right to feel how we feel about our own opinions. So as a child, before I knew anything about spirituality, I was drawn to YouTube, except I didn't know what the hell to do on it. Like, I believe it was probably this very channel. Some of you are probably subscribed from back when I was a child, like a very small number of you, like maybe 4 of you or something. But I used to just like lip sing to like Tech9 videos or whatever else music, and then just post a random video at 14, like lip singing to music. I had no idea what to do on here. When my spiritual awakening started, I knew I was supposed to speak on here about spirituality, about my spiritual awakening. Except I was just starting my spiritual awakening. Stuff was just starting to hit me in the face. Everything was just starting to happen. And to the point of when I made like 2 or 3 first videos, when I was first starting my spiritual awakening, I ended up like abandoning the channel and just like leaving it for several years, to the point where now I have went and like unpublished those videos. Like they're on like only me or whatever, so I can see them. Maybe I'll have to activate 1 or 2 of them just so you guys can see how far I've came on my spiritual awakening journey. But I've been drawn back to it. I'm always drawn away from it because it definitely is not something in my comfort zone. I'm that person that when I am making TikTok videos or making any sort of anything, I gotta rewatch it, I gotta check stuff, I gotta make sure everything's in order. There's been several times where I get inspired to make a video, and I make the short video, and it's fantastic. I had channeled what I needed to say, except I rewatched the video, and I'm like, wow, like, I am way too high right now. Like, I smoke a lot of weed, I'm not gonna lie, and sometimes it's just the point where I get the most inspirational stuff that I can channel when I'm high, but then immediately goes in film, and it's like one of your eyes is closed almost the entire video. Like, really? And it's just crazy because I want stuff to look right. You know, I don't want stuff to look just like I'm totally losing it when I was just randomly filming it when I just got the download. It's like I gotta write stuff down and then film it later. I don't know. But recently, some of you may be able to relate to this, I have been leaving the Matrix. And what I mean by that is the whole Matrix would be like your 9 to 5, your job, being part of the system, exchanging a big amount of your time for the carrot or the small paycheck at the end of the week, or the semi-large carrot, but you know, I don't care how much you make at your job, everybody is just over broke. Unless you have other money knowledge on the side that you have been practicing good money habits that none of us are taught in school. So, and that is coming from somebody who was raised in a poor family but read the right books. So I'm confident that I am going to be set. Anyway, it's weird because my entire life I've always been able to walk into a job, get hired on the spot. I have a good work ethic. Like, I am excellent when it comes to work. Now, do I necessarily like working for other people? No, I have a big problem with working for other people because of the Matrix, and it literally takes all of your energy. So by the time you get off of work, you don't have energy to do anything for yourself, and then it's just like, what the fuck? Like, it's all part of the trap. But, which is why they call, you know, the weekend, if you just misspell week into W-E-A-K, weekend, it's because you're all weakened by the weekend. Yeah. Anyway. So, I have been having a major problem lately. Like, every single job I apply for, I don't get. Like, I don't get it. Like, some of them I get a call back or some sort of hit me up to try to at least reach out for an interview, or I get the interview because I physically walked in and asked for one, basically, and I get it, but then I don't get the job. And even though the interview went fantastic, and it's so weird because, like I said, every single job I had ever had in my entire life, I get on the spot, or I get on the phone. Like, I just get. And it's so weird because it's like the universe is specifically testing me. Like, no, we're pushing you out of the matrix. And I'm trying to get my business off the ground to the point where I've been building it for years. I love what I do. But it's still to the point where it's like, okay, but it hasn't got to the point where it's going to pay all my bills. Okay, that is a problem for me because I need all of my bills paid for. Like, otherwise, I should have a job, right? Like, that's why I keep applying. Like, okay, I need a job to invest more money into my business because I'm launching my business. And the universe is like, no, it's not what you're meant to do. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm hungry. Like, come on. And the universe is like, you know what you need to do. And I'm like, fuck. So every single time I end up getting drawn back to YouTube. Every single time. I have quite a few actually different things that I have just forced myself into doing, that just jump into doing when it comes to like entrepreneur side hustle stuff that normal humans, normal person, okay, I am not a normal person. I'm an alien who is being tested right now. I specifically have tests and challenges that I have to overcome that other people don't have. Like, the universe is guiding things, everything that I'm doing, which is a big thing with trusting the universe. Which is why I'm getting on YouTube, because let's just say I've applied for one too many jobs to know that the universe is like, yeah, you could apply for that, but what's that gonna do you? Like, I know what I need to do, which is be on here. So I understand that the more I talk on here, the more I speak everything that I've been bottling up with my throat chakra. I've recently opened this, and it is now my job to share it all with you. So, I also have issues being on camera. I actually have telephobia. If my phone rings, I am not going to answer it. The only phone calls I answer are from my son's school, because if my son is at school and there's an emergency or he's puking and they need me to come pick him up, I will answer that phone call. But unless you are my son at school, I'm not answering you, because I don't like phone calls. I don't. I have a serious actual phobia issue with this, and I'm not even sure what it is. And I'm sure I'll get to it in therapy, but I have a couple things that I'm working through first. So being on film was kind of a problem for me. Like I said, I have different issues. I'll rewatch the video. I'll be like, oh, I said that weird, or my stutter is coming out, or whatever, which, not really a stutter. It's more of a lisp, which I realize is kind of weird because I didn't really have it as a child, but it's like I've grown into having sort of a lisp, and I'm not really sure. It's almost like my lazy lid, like the lisp and the lazy lid just come out way more when I am high. Otherwise, it looks like my eyes are about the same, and I speak somewhat normally, but yeah, the more I smoke, just the eye ends up getting really, and then my words just hella slur. Anyway, so I have different issues with being on camera, but isn't that part of your life purpose anyway? Most people's life purpose is not in their comfort zone, right? Like, where you are going to fully grow as a person the most is probably not going to be in a comfort zone, so you got to get out of it, right? So I'm like, okay, force myself to get out of it, right? Anyway, I started saying something, then I kind of trailed off, so I'm gonna go back to that. Normal humans, oh my gosh, if you go to Google side hustles on YouTube, and it'll come up video after video after video of side hustle after side hustle after side hustle after side hustle, and I made this much money in my first 2 weeks doing this. Oh my gosh, you guys, I have been compiling side hustles that are 80%, 90% finished. What I mean by that is I almost published that ebook. I did publish an ebook, by the way, like a week ago. It's called Obsession Confusion: How to Be with Your Twin Flame already. If you have not checked this out, you definitely need to. It's on my Linktree. This specific book is going to teach you how to get out of the runner chaser twin flame dynamic. It is specifically a running chasing fucking pattern until y'all heal and do what you need to do. This book breaks down the entire thing in 40 pages. You can read it in about 30 minutes. I was so proud of myself. I wrote this and published it within a week. But anyway, moving on. There's this other ebook that I wrote within a week also, but I didn't publish it. And I've just been kind of sitting on it. And I didn't notice this. I didn't realize this until right now when I'm explaining this to you guys, but I am now able to publish that one. Like, that one's just been on standstill since last summer. But the problem was I couldn't format it. I wrote it real quick, and then I realized I can't format it. I don't know how to format this. And at that time, I didn't have the money to hire somebody, outsource somebody to, to format it. So I was like, shit. So I just set it aside. There's been so many times on my journey where I looked up a side hustle I can do because I'm like, okay, I wanted to stay in my comfort zone. So I was looking for side hustles inside of my comfort zone because naturally, who doesn't do that, right? No, because I specifically remember one of those that I had looked up last summer said write an ebook, and I was like, oh, I have an incredible idea for an ebook, and I did. I had it written down. Like a year prior, I had written down the idea for the ebook and all the chapters, and I was like, shit, I never wrote it. So then I sat down in 2 days and I wrote it, and then I realized I can't format because I don't have the formatting issue, and I was like, shit. That's one example. And now I can now format it because I was able to format Obsession Confusion. But so now I realized I can publish that one too. The point is, there's been many times, probably at least 52, where I have started a side hustle and then the universe said, and cut me off, like right before the publish or right before like the pay would start to come in, like right before the floodgates of money come in. The universe is like, nah, no. Like, no, you're not meant to do that. If I start paying you for that work you just did, you're going to get too comfortable and you're going to continue to do that for money. And that's a problem, Chloe, because that's not what you are meant to do. That's not what you're meant to do here. Like, no. And my stubborn self said, okay. And I set it aside. So when I can get over these obstacles for the reasons that I set them aside, I'm gonna complete all of them, and then I'm gonna get paid. But naturally, the universe is not giving me the money to complete certain side hustles until I am living in my life purpose. Like, you have to be making money doing your specific life purpose. Like, no, you cannot do that on the side. No, you cannot do that. Yeah, those people, they're gonna make a bunch of money doing that side hustle. Not you. Not you, because you got different plans. You have a different path. No, you're gonna have to wait. Okay. I'll wait. So that's why I'm pulled towards YouTube again, because I'm like, shit. I have realized that no matter how much work I put into doing something, if it's inside of my comfort zone, the universe is going to cut me off and say, you're not supposed to start that yet. No, you're supposed to do this first. Like, okay. So yeah, I would highly appreciate if you guys put some sort of questions in the comments or something, because sometimes I get writer's block when it comes to different stuff like this. Like, I have so much stuff that I'm constantly thinking in my head every day that normal humans would, they need. I understand they need this information, and I just don't exactly always understand what piece of information to pull out that they need, if that makes sense. Like, I know I have so much ancient knowledge, and it gets to the point where people are like, oh, what are you, a know-it-all? And I'm just like, no, there's plenty. I am aware that I don't know shit about. But I also have been here many, 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 many lifetimes, and my soul is ancient to the point where my soul has reincarnated here since the beginning of fucking time. I have a lot of ancient wisdom, let alone all the downloads I get from extraterrestrials or my ancestors helping me this present day. I have a hell of a lot of support. I have a lot of experience. And even though I get kind of pissy because naturally we all are put on Earth with different challenges specifically tailored to us in the lessons we are trying to learn before we incarnate, but specifically all like also the same tests. Like we all naturally have to deal with the law of attraction. All of us are naturally going to look at something and complain that we don't like something or give reasons why we don't like that or blah, 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 blah. And then the law of attraction tells you what you focus on grows, focus on what you like and ignore what you don't. And then all this earthly stuff is trying to tell us that, oh, so this sucky thing, are you telling me that doesn't exist? No, I'm telling you not to focus on it. You know, you're going to attract more of it in the future. And just basic human tests. Things that make being on Earth a little bit annoying. Like, nobody likes it when we get out of bed on the wrong foot, that the entire day just sucks because we're just attracting. We're like a suck magnet. For every sucky thing that could happen to us that day is going to happen because of our vibration. That's a test that we all have, and we're all just going to have to get over and start affirming our affirmations and what we know to be true so that we can affirm the reality that we want to come towards us, because we all know that's the goal. Anyway, so yes, I would highly appreciate some sort of questions or something, because I don't want to just be talking to the camera and repeating myself over and over again when it comes to like 3 or 4 things. Like, I want variety. Pretty much every question that somebody could have. Like, let's say right now every single person on social media posted a question. Every single person on my friends list. I probably have an answer, like a solid, decent, respectable, useful answer for every single goddamn question. I could go down my newsfeed and just answer every single question. But I would kind of look like a cunt if I did that. Like, people aren't going on Facebook to hear Chloe's opinion. I mean, some people probably are. That's the goal, is to get people to go on there because I inspire them and I motivate people and I help make people realize that life doesn't suck, which is probably going to be my first video because that is a suggestion I got. I asked a question, which was like what kind of videos that I should be making, and someone wasn't really sure, but I asked like, what's a question, or like, what's your most common complaint about life on Earth? And he's like, oh, life sucks. No, it does not, and I can address that next. Because no, it doesn't. Like, yes, your reality can show you how bad life can suck, but life doesn't suck, okay? And it doesn't have to. Like, you are sticking on that vibration and attracting every single thing. Whatever vibration you are on, whatever vibration any single person is on, the universe is magnifying that to you. The universe is proving your reality true to you. Whatever you speak, whatever you're saying, the universe will prove that true to you. So you can't just discredit other people because the universe has proven that to them. And it's kind of ironic, and of course it's an alien thing to just sit and laugh about that shit. But, like, what the fuck? Anyway, I'm going to try to be on here every day. That is the goal. That's the goal. Please don't hold me to that. But, that is the goal. That is what I want to accomplish, and that is... that would seriously be amazing. because that has to do with my little, I mean, I don't have to maybe make a video, but made like a little routine thing recently with numbers, and I did this before a couple years ago, and it worked pretty great. I'll have to make a video explaining, call this my morning routine. I actually wrote it at like 8 in the morning, which is kind of ironic because I wrote it because I was pissed that I slept in again and didn't do my morning schedule, I call it, which is wake up at 4 a.m. and do all of this in the order that I've written. And then by 8 a.m. I'm free to do other things. But the first 4 hours of my day are for myself, and then whatever needs to get done that I have written in here. So, making a video is written in here, by the way. So a video should be made every single morning before 8 o'clock. Now, is it uploaded at that point? No. But it should be made and be in the queue to be uploaded every day. Today I'm going through it as like a test run in the middle of the day because I just wrote it and I'm going to see how it goes. And I'm almost done with it and it's working pretty great. But I can share more about this type of stuff in another video for you guys. Hopefully this is what's gonna start flowing everything so the universe stops slamming doors in my face and telling me that, Chloe, you know what you should be doing right now. Chloe, you should not be staying in your comfort zone right now. No, Chloe, don't start another project right now, because I am everywhere. I don't know if you guys have noticed. I don't know how many of you guys are actually really all on all of my stuff. I have an entire website that I designed a couple years ago and I've been working on, not as consistently. There's been times where I didn't go on that thing for 8 months. I'm not even gonna lie. Within the past how many years since I made it, I'm trying to go on there regularly, update it regularly. I want this to be like my main focus when it comes to stuff. Like, I want, if people look at any of my platforms and go, she's not really active, I want them to go on my website and know she is active every damn day on her website. And I also want to keep it as like a big platform where people can always know where to find me on my website. Oh, I got banned from another social platform, or I got another account, taken down, whatever, refer back to the website, because that's always going to bring you back. That's why originally I did it, because when I started inspiring years ago, I started getting accounts that were being removed. So I would lose like thousands of followers at a time, just gone out of the thin air, and I just had to keep starting over, and it was quite ridiculous, honestly. But okay. I just feel myself getting a little burnt out. But yes, so that is the goal. I also have taken it upon myself to want to kind of change what social media. Now, if you haven't seen the movie Social Dilemma, you definitely need to see that movie. This is a movie that every single fucking person should see. That and The Secret. Watch The Secret, watch The Social Dilemma. Both of these will change your life. Like, without a doubt, 100%. If you watch both of these and retain what you're watching, you will see everything differently from this moment forward. I guarantee you. Okay, so what was I saying? The Social Dilemma. Okay. It talks about how bad social media is for you, and not just that, but like in depth, the back and the monitoring that they're actually doing, that they are not just going to openly be telling everybody about, but it has been made into the documentary, The Social Dilemma, so definitely go check that out, because again, it's very real. That is a documentary. It's not like some sort of fiction movie or something for entertainment purposes. No, it is 100% a documentary, and everybody should see it, because almost every single person owns a smartphone or some sort of electronic. But anyway, social media is known to be very, very toxic. Social media is known to be a place where everybody just kind of dumps their dirty laundry or puts their best face on to try to make it look like their life is incredible, and people go on there to vent, scream about things that they're, pissed about, argue with people, or try to pretend to be something they're not for some sort of validation from other people. My goal when I completely had this entire idea, like when I started spiritually awakening and I started building my website, I was like, shit, I want to have one of every social platform. And I don't mean like one of every, because there's a lot. I mean, like, that'd be impossible. I mean, one of every, like, of the main ones, which are on my Linktree. And I actually do have multiple of several of the ones on there, and I just didn't put all of them on my Linktree. I put, like, the main ones. And I wanted to be something different, something new, something that has not been seen, something extraterrestrial, something that has a shit ton of inspiration, a shit ton of motivation, awakening, healing aspects. I wanted my social platforms to be different. I wanted my platforms to be the reason people didn't delete their social media, the reason they believed that the world can get better. Because, shit, I've seen so many people, I'm deleting this platform, blah, 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 because social media is nothing but garbage. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, the social platforms you follow are nothing but garbage. And yes, social media as a whole is pretty toxic, but it doesn't have to be. Like, it doesn't have to be that way. We all just have to consciously care about what we're posting and about how the people are feeling that are seeing that content. Which is kind of another thing, because most people are like, okay, but you made one of every platform and you made a website and it seems very out there, look at me, attention seeking, and that's not quite what it is. See, I actually don't like attention. I made to be in the goddamn spotlight. I know I am, but I'm an introvert and it really goddamn makes me feel uncomfortable. Okay, like, you have no idea how long it took me to actually get comfortable doing the stuff that I've been doing. Like, there had been several times I posted shit and I deleted that shit. Like, because I was like, why am I called to do such crazy shit? Wait a minute. I play with these. Like, doing all that stuff is not in my comfort zone. I am out there because I am different. I am not normal. I'm out there. As if you guys have seen the video that I posted on here, I don't even know how many weeks ago, when I was drinking my period blood, because it is ancient medicine, and that is a download that I received and something that I have learned basically through experience and downloads, that not only is it safe to consume your own period blood, it's actually really, really good for you. It has a lot of health benefits, and holy shit, do I feel amazing every time I do. It's crazy. Anyway, I am just a very out there person, and just naturally, I don't fit in pretty much anywhere I go. There isn't really a spot for me in, well, there is. I am classified with the light workers because it's the only people who are going to truly, really understand where I'm coming from, and maybe my whole channel is to help guide other light workers on their path. I'm not really sure exactly what for some reason, my voice is meant to help the collective consciousness and things that I have to say. So, I guess I just kind of have to experiment, fool around, and just kind of see where it takes me. But with all of the website, social platforms, and everything that I have aspired to be, and the fact that I've still been writing the same book that I've been writing for the past, like, 6 or 7 years. And then on top of the ebook that I just finished and the half-done ebook. And then the fact that I got my website with the blog and all of my social platforms, I think I'm a little bit over my head. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not, especially because the fact that I'm unmedicated. when it comes to ADHD. I don't want to medicate myself for my ADHD. I really do not want to do that. I do not want to do that. So, with that being said, I do need a lot of very prompts to just get myself back to what are you supposed to be doing right now? Because I get very off track. I get very off track. And then I end up juggling stuff. And then I look inconsistent because I am. That's not a very good affirmation, though. I am learning consistency. I am learning consistency. See, I put so much on my plate. I put so much on my plate because my heart is huge and I want to accomplish it all. I genuinely want to help in every single way that I set out to help. Every single way that I decided I wanted to help, I want to genuinely help in all of those ways. I really do. I genuinely do. And I think it's all going to be about, I think this is going to be a big game changer, a big one. Because if I don't do my morning schedule, it fucks up my entire goddamn day. I'm telling you, my entire day is off. My balance is off. I'm lashing out at people. Ask people who had lived with me within the past 7 or 8 years, I guess. But oh my gosh, if I don't accomplish my goals in the morning, I get crappy. I get pissy. I get aggravated and agitated and really quite toxic because then I start projecting and it's not good. I have to get accomplished what I want to get accomplished for the day. And for me to do all that right away in the morning when everybody's sleeping is fantastic. So I'm hoping that that's going to help my productivity times 100. But anyway, I suppose this video was kind of long. It's probably going to take a minute to upload. Forcing myself to get out of my comfort zone. I'm probably going to rewatch the video and hate things about it and then decide I need to upload it anyway. So here's to progress and doing what the universe tells you to do, even when you're like, God, I don't want to. Do what the universe says. Otherwise, there's going to be some towers coming. So I am looking forward to helping inspire everybody. And I hope that this video has helped you. And I will see you next time.